What's going on, everybody? It's the Bulls Show, aka Aidan, and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we've got the Chicago Bulls and Milwaukee Bucks game reaction. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Chicago Bulls walked away with a very convincing win against the Milwaukee Bucks as we end our preseason with a 3-1 record, and we look forward to the regular season, hopefully full of confidence and raring to go when it all starts to count. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Bulls Show. Turn notifications on and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls game today. Who is your player of the game, your overall thoughts and opinions on the Chicago Bulls performance as we walked away with a 127-104 victory against the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, I must stress, again, as much as we'd like to say, yes, we beat the Milwaukee Bucks, this was far from the Milwaukee Bucks' best side. To be fair, it was far from our best side as well. But Milwaukee had 9 players on the court today in total, and most of them, most people would not have heard of before. So you have to give, I guess, a little bit of respect in that instance. Of course, a win is a win. You take what's given. You have to beat what's put in front of you. We shouldn't just lose because Milwaukee decided not to play their best team. You've got to play and you've got to try and win every single game you possibly can. So I give credit to the Bulls for doing what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to walk away with the win compared to that quality of side. And for Milwaukee, I actually give them a lot of credit for staying in the game as long as they did. For instance, I think our perimeter defense was not very good today. And that's one thing that we got to keep on working at because that was a big problem last year as well. Our perimeter defense was not very good, and you let a Milwaukee Bucks side that prioritizes shooting threes over anything shoot as many threes as possible, and they were falling in today's game. So Milwaukee did have something over the Chicago Bulls in this game. Their three-point shooting was still better than the Chicago Bulls three-point shooting. So that's definitely something that the Bulls need to work on, trying to close out a little bit better. Milwaukee played pretty much a 5-out in terms of their three-point shooting as well. So that makes it very difficult for the Bulls because they spread the floor so well. They know how to get their shooters open, and their shooters got open and they shot well, especially when they're playing 5-out. If it was Giannis and playing in that game, maybe the spacing would have been different, but they still just find a way to get their shooters open. So I guess that's credit to Milwaukee Bucks, their coaching system, and of course the players knocking it down. They kind of stayed in this game until the third quarter, really, and then the third and fourth quarters, our depth blew them away. And I think that was the big difference in the game. Our depth absolutely blew the Milwaukee Bucks' depth out of the water. They had 9 players on the court. We had a lot of our, again, bench guys, which I thought our bench was fantastic today once again. But we also just had too much compared to what Milwaukee Bucks had. We, outside of Zach and DeMar, we played basically the rest of our starting lineup and our bench compared to the Milwaukee Bucks, who pretty much didn't play anybody that we would have realized. A lot of the guys that you see on the Milwaukee Bucks side today won't necessarily play in the regular season and won't play a lot compared to what they did today. So you got to take note of that. I'm happy that the Bulls won. I'm happy the Bulls kind of put the Milwaukee Bucks to the sword in this game. We walked away with the win. We've gained confidence in this game as well. Moving into the regular season, every win is a confidence-boosting win no matter who it is. And the Bulls should have won this game. So I'm happy in all that retrospect. Now, I do have people coming over, ladies and gentlemen, so I won't go too much into the individual performances. I want to try and keep this video short and concise because, again, it's a very busy day around here. So I kind of want to talk about the bench. First and foremost, I thought our bench was absolutely fantastic in this game. I like the idea of having 2 quality centers in the team like Andre Drummond and Nikola Vucevic. I think that's fantastic. And again, they bring so many different things to this team that, again, when maybe Nikola Vucevic has a bad game, you can play Andre Drummond and he's going to do just fine in that team. I think the quality of having 2 centers like that is going to be huge for this team. And once again, the depth of the center position has been massively improved. So I'm going to enjoy an 82-game season of Andre Drummond and Nikola Vucevic playing together, playing one in the lineup, one on the bench and things like that, and going to be able to produce a lot of good things for the Chicago Bulls, and I really think they will be able to do that. I thought our starting lineup in the first half was actually not very good. Patrick Williams did well when he was playing with the bench unit in the starting lineup. Again, he still wasn't necessarily the Patrick Williams that we would like. He had 22 points today, alongside of 5 rebounds and 5 assists. I don't know his exact efficiency numbers, but he was aggressive today. And Javonte Green was the exact same Javonte Green as we always come to see. Yes, he didn't drop 18 points this time around, but Javonte Green scoring, in my opinion, is a luxury. His energy, his hard work, what he brings to the table from there is absolutely essential as well. So the power forward position and the point guard positions for the Chicago Bulls played extremely well. I thought Goran Dragic played very well. I thought, again, Alex Caruso played extremely well. Almost got a double-double, close to a triple-double as well, considering it was pretty much just the points that is kind of lacking on in that game, to be honest. And yeah, overall good performance. I thought Vucevic was probably the player of the game in this time out. 17 points, 5 assists alongside of 11 rebounds. Very, very strong night for Nikola Vucevic, and he should have a strong game like this. He took it to the paint. He shot the three-point shot very well. He still looks extremely comfortable. There are just a couple of things I want to get out of the way. Again, the perimeter defense was definitely one of note. And when it comes to Patrick Williams, I heard a lot about how good Patrick Williams played today and how his number is called a lot based on this game as well. The problem I have with this type of game is Patrick Williams did play well. You can't take that away from him. He played very, very well. But Patrick Williams, needs to find a way to be this aggressive with Zach and DeMar in the team, because some of the shots that he took today were basic. They were easy. And he can do that on a regular basis. Getting a pick and roll. How many dunks did Patrick Williams have today? Put it that way. I lost count of how many actually good quality dunks that Patrick Williams got. That can easily be done every single game by pick and rolls. And we need to look for Patrick Williams to do that more often. But Patrick Williams has to take initiative and do this, even when you got DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine in the lineup. Just because Zach and DeMar are in the lineup does not mean Patrick Williams should be neglected and just put in the corner and waiting for the ball to come that way. So whether it's on the bench or the starting lineup, I really hope he has to take a lot out of these types of games. He can't just keep doing it when our best players are out. He has to do these types of things. Again, I'm not expecting 22 points, but he can easily get, in my opinion, 13 to 15 points a game based on hard work, transition play, pick and rolls, getting to the basket and getting to the line. That's the least we can expect from Patrick Williams. And that's something that I think he needs to keep on doing throughout the course of the regular season. He has to keep learning from these types of games. He can't go back to being stagnated one game and then again aggressive in another game. He's got to keep on finding that level of consistency. We've seen an aggressive version of Patrick Williams, and it hasn't always worked out. There are games where he shot 1 from 8. There are games where he's just not been efficient, but continue that level of aggression, and I think good things will come for Patrick Williams. And Javonte Green, again, I still think Javonte Green should be starting in the main regular season for the Chicago Bulls, but at the end of the day, I know many people will change their mind based on this Patrick Williams performance. I still think that's Javonte Green's spot to lose. We'll wait and see how it goes. But overall, very, very happy with this performance. Very happy with the win. Very happy with our offense. And we'll wait and see how things go in the regular season. When we get our lineup back, we get obviously the best version of the Miami Heat as well. It's going to be a very big game. First game of the regular season and things like that. We'll take more of a deeper dive into this in another video. Again, I apologize. I don't want to make this video 20 minutes long just because I do have people coming over. I do have things to do today, and for the rest of the night, pretty much, I'll discuss a little bit more in detail about this game. Just to kind of sum up my thoughts and opinions, 2 centers for the Chicago Bulls of the quality of Nikola Vucevic and Andre Drummond, I think is going to be huge for this team throughout the course of the year, and the depth of this team throughout the course of the year. I thought our bench was absolutely superb. I thought our starting lineup outside of Vucevic didn't necessarily play very well, but kind of picked things up towards the second half, especially Kobe White with a very good fourth quarter. And our bench really has carried the load for the Chicago Bulls preseason over the course of the last 3 games. Yes, I expect them to do well against this Milwaukee Bucks side, but moving to the Raptors game, when they played the majority of their players, the bench still produced very well. Then obviously when you look at the Denver Nuggets game, the bench produced very well. The Pelicans game, they were awful, but so was everybody else. So yeah, that's the kind of sum up my thoughts and opinions on this game. I want to thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about the game. Take a deeper dive into things that maybe I didn't discuss, like maybe our 3-point shooting or how we did offensively. Apparently, at one point in this game, we shot 80% from the 2-point line, and it was a dunk fest. It was basically for the Bulls. The Bulls were dunking left, right, and center, and Milwaukee was shooting threes left, right, and center. That's how the game basically went. Who can get more dunks? Who can get more threes? And eventually the Bulls walked away with the win there. So big positive overall. With all that being said, have a wonderful and safe day. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned for more. Take care. and peace.